Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So we do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why your person's doing what they're doing. Very important when you're dealing with someone that has a lot of spiritual blocks. They wear masks, they create illusions, right? And that those illusions and those masks tend to trigger us. So we always want to know, why are we connected to someone that makes us feel bad, that triggers us? Well, guess what? There's always spiritual significance to the relationship. There's many different realities that play it at one time. Your core beliefs depends on your habits and your behaviorisms, and how you deal with this person is going to manifest as your karma. So we always want to know the underlying energies. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video will always be in the comment bar along with all other important information. All right, now let's jump right on in tonight. And let's see what that underlying energy is. See what that energy is. Okay, we're just going to pull right. Criticism. I feel like you're connected to someone that's getting a lot of criticism. I also believe that this person got triggered when you gave them criticism. This person has extremely fragile. It's like, but understand, part of it's an act. They know what they do. They don't like to be called out on what they do. So I feel like this person tried to come back into your life a few times without apologizing. And the connection has never been the same. Because I feel like when you turned around and you told this person whatever you told them, they took it as an attack, or that you were telling them what to do, that you were insulting them, where you weren't insulting them. What it was, if anything, they were insulting you by how they were treating you, and you were telling them. And then you were also telling them about just how they are in general with other people. I feel like this person has a problem with people, and that they had confided that in you, or you had seen that. So you just said, you would have better relationships if you treated them with the respect, like insinuating that they don't. So again, this person couldn't deal with the criticism. So what did they do? They stonewalled you. They gaslit you. They manipulated you. They tried to use time and distance, and they tried to talk to other people in front of you, whether that was online or whether that was in person. They wanted you to know that they were out on the market. They wanted to scare you. And so I feel like what really wasn't a big deal, this person made into a big deal. So we're going to see again what this person actually did, how they were. Yeah, this person refused to see the truth. It's again, they stuck to their perception of what you said. I feel like, again, they thought that it was a little bit of an attack, like an insult, almost like they couldn't believe it. They actually thought it was a bit rude. And really, I think that you weren't rude. I think you were direct. They like to play blind. They like to say, pretend that they don't see what they do. They know what they do. They want you to be blind to what they do. And that's not what it is. It's like you feel like this person is reckless with you. They don't really care. They're reckless with themselves. They don't really put time into anything. They're reckless with all their decisions that they make, and they tend to not think. So It's somebody that is not emotionally intelligent and lets their emotions dictate. So it's whatever they feel. And so they can feel like, well, let me like run around with a bunch of people today and let me drink a lot, let me party a lot, let me just do what I feel like doing when I feel like doing it. But it's really risky behavior, and it's all anything to get a serotonin hit, like, that dopamine hit, right? Something that's gonna give this person energy. And that's why they're risky. They're risky because they're imbalanced, that they don't have normal connections, good connections. They have one-sided connections. And that's because everything that they hear through the filter of the wound that they have. And they get moody. This is someone that has a lot of dark moods. So I feel like they bounce back from having depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety. So they have high highs and low lows. Again, like I said, they are in balance. There's someone that can't have a normal give and take, equal reciprocity type of relationship. There's someone that hears everything through the wound, and so they get triggered all the time. So they don't really like relationships. They like to be here for a good time, not a long time. They like to wear masks, create illusions to make you perceive that they're having a better life than they actually do. But the truth of it is that this person is extremely imbalanced, where they again have dark moods. And it's because there's no ground. They live like through their addictions. They live through the filter of their wound. So that's, again, not seeing themselves from a balanced place. So they're not going to deal with you in a balanced place. If anything, they would expect you to overcompensate for whatever lack that they give, keeping you in the dark about everything. It's like this person doesn't want you to know really who they truly are. That's number one. And there's also whenever they're talking to you, they never tell you the whole story. They leave pieces of their story out for two reasons. If you're in the dark, then guess what? You can't make good decisions for yourself. You're going to make better decisions that are more in alignment with what this person wants. And also, just so that they can, if they don't really want to be faithful, if they don't really want to be consistent with you, well, I'm not going to tell you everything this way. It gives me more wiggle room to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So this is someone that's again, deliberately does that. And so what has happened when you were in the relationship with them, you felt like they were always like leaving information out. So the relationship started to decline then. And this is what you had complained to this person about, like their lack of transparency, the lack of emotional intimacy, the lack of them, caring about how you feel and really creating balance within the relationship. And so what happened is like, it's like, not that you didn't hold on to this person. I feel like you lost faith in this person because it's like they would never show you anything different. And it was actually starting to affect your mood. And it's almost like I feel like this person in the beginning, like you felt like this person was sent to you by the universe. And so it's almost like I feel like you felt that because there was a very strong spiritual connection. However, I feel like they were supposed to be in your life, but not for the reasons that you thought. that they were supposed to be in your life. I feel like you felt a lot of empathy towards this person and warmth, and but this person has a frozen heart. Like you feel as if, like I said, that there was a good rapport, there was a wanting to believe that this person was supposed to be in your life. There was a sensitivity, again, where there was a lot of unconditional love. But due to this person always wanting things on their terms and playing games to like just manipulate so that they don't have to be in a commitment, you were like, well, you had to create barriers. You had to like create like boundaries because this person like doesn't have an open heart. They have a frozen heart due to the past experiences. But due to their past experiences, they're going to strategize this entire relationship and not create any type of intimacy. So it's going to keep you in a place of feeling oppressed. It's going to make you feel as if like that this person is just wants what they want. It's like that when really they do have feelings, it's just they they don't want a commitment. They don't really want to be accountable for what they do. So they want to have their cake and eat it too. And like I said, this person checks out. And so part of it is not just with other people, but this person has addictions. It's like they get temporary relief from, like being in a committed relationship. They actually have to check out. Because listen, any type of relationship is going to make this person be somewhat accountable. If it's any type of romantic relationship that there is, this person can't handle it. It's like they don't want to do that. They want to still live like they're like a teenager. They don't want, and we see that mainly because of the way that they deal with their own lives. They don't think before they act. And so like part of whatever you said to this person that they saw as criticism is like was mainly like a trigger, and it wasn't because of what you said, but I feel like because of what this person continually hears. So they just assumed that you were like attacking them or talking to them in an insulting way. But that's because they also know that they don't treat you right. So part of that is their guilty conscience. And it's like, again, they just want to be reckless. They want to be reckless with their time. Like I said, it's like they either drink, do drugs, do too much, and then run around with 1,000 different people and just like do what they want to do when they feel like doing it, how they want to do it. Just very reckless and just not strong. This person, like I feel like has resentment, too much resentment inside of them. So again, they're very fragile. As I said, they got triggered. So everything that they hear is through the wound. So they're fragile, and it stunts the growth in a relationship because they don't want the relationship to grow. They don't want the relationship to grow because they hold on to a lot of resentment that has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the past. And they need to, like, in order for you to feel safe in the relationship, you would need to have strong roots. This person would need, and strong roots is that this person is saying, yeah, I want an equal give and take reciprocity type of relationship. I show up for you. It's like, that's the foundation of a good relationship. It's like not what this person likes to do. They want to live wild, but then they would like to have you on the back burner. And this is, again, like not really not saying who they are. Again, wearing a disguise. See that? They're like very superficial. They don't want to act as if they're in a relationship. They want to create the persona that, they're this bad boy, bad girl type of image where they take risks, they have a life of the party, they again do drugs, whether that's smoke or drink too much. And it's just this very one-sided selfish energy where they want to keep you in the dark. They don't want to like tell you that much so that you can't make a decision that's the best for you. But then dealing with them, they have dark moods, high highs, low lows, because again, that's the drinking, the drugging, the running around with a bunch of different people, the risky behavior, the lying, the strategizing, all of that contributes to the imbalances that this person has. So they're not really in the present. And this is why they suffer from anxiety and depression. This is why the high, the low lows. I feel like this person is just immature. They just are immature. They're childish. They're like a baby. They're not serious. They don't want to do that. Like I said, they just wanted to stay in a place that they don't have to grow up. But yes, what is this person going to do if they're going to do anything? Because right now, I mean, I wouldn't take this person back, but we always are curious what this person really feels. And this is again, no, it's like death of the old. It's like this situation, like for you, like you're like, no, you want changes. It's like, and I feel like this person also, because they can't manipulate you. You see, they can't manipulate you. So I feel like there's a sense that this connection wouldn't even really come to pass again. It's like because it's just the end. It's like your intuition is, that's really what it is. Your intuition just tells you this person is the devil. That's how you see them. So you're like, you're not even going to be bothered with it. And this person is the devil. So, and they're not going to come back into your life because they already know that you know. And it's mainly it pushed you into a place of change because there's nothing left. But it also has helped you. I want to say it's a transitional time. Like it's the end, but there's nothing like that. It's like this person's not going to come back into your life. You're not going back to them. It's like for reasons that I just explained. But the spiritual significance to the connection. Why did you attract this person into your life? What's the whole point of the connection? We pull 6. These are your inner child cards. This is space. I always say space is where we can create. Like think of it as an empty canvas, allowing you to like paint whatever you want, to create whatever you want. And Spirit's saying it's like part of this connection was for you to again not utilize your time and your energy towards this person. Possibly because you haven't created enough of yourself. Like you have wounds. Yeah, self-sabotage. Self-sabotage happens when we don't really believe that we're deserving of love. And like I said, I feel like trauma was the reason why you got this card space, where Spirit's saying, you have the opportunity to create a new life. And the new life is one that doesn't have any of the energy from the past. The self-sabotage to be connected to a person like this would be self-sabotaging because they show you already who they are. They would let you be in their life, but they would never be faithful to you. They would never be transparent with you. It would never feel like an equal give and take reciprocity type of relationship. This person doesn't like that. They don't have it. So again, if you were in a connection with them, you would always feel like the lack, keeping you in a lower vibration, in a low vibration. And then over time in a very resentful energy. Innocence, almost like when you were younger, is when you were shamed. When you were younger is when you were made to feel bad. Self-sabotage, again, it mainly comes from when we were in childhood and we had parent or somebody that was important to us, whether that was a teacher, an aunt, an uncle, a sibling, someone that shamed us, made us feel that we weren't deserving of love. See, no one's born thinking that they're not deserving of love. What happens is that that is projected. It's projected onto the child. Yes, children may do something that's bad, but they shouldn't be shamed for it. It's like, and that's the thing. So self-sabotage is a sense of you didn't believe that you were deserving of love. And this happened at such a young age that your innocence was robbed. And that created a lot of rage, like a lot of anger, because the time and energy that you should have been spending finding yourself, creating yourself, it wasn't. It was in to make feel bad. And the trauma of that, the psychological and the emotional trauma that is like as a child, if you're shamed and made to feel like you're not deserving of love, you don't really feel safe in the environment. You're not going to run away. But what you're going to do is you're going to detach, disassociate. So it's like you remember what happened, but you don't remember parts of what happened. Parts of what happened are fragmented. They're just lost, but lost in consciousness. This is when we sometimes hire a shaman to find those fragmented pieces. But really, you don't even need to do that. You can meditate and find them yourself, where self-sabotage made to feel not loved, not good enough, not worthy. Again, well, that does cause a lot of anger because like we're not manifesting good things, or if we are manifesting good things, well, they're being sabotaged. And then over time, we wind up sabotaging. So having a like a really angry parent that, just doesn't value your opinions or what you want, the needs of your needs and your psychological, your emotional needs are important. Now, if they were ignored, again, and you didn't feel safe, well, again, your innocence was robbed. But here it says it right here that the trauma made you disassociate. So 2, 3, 4, 5, one more makes 6, and that's so you became a loner. It's again for a long time. It's like it's not that you don't have friends, but you're very comfortable being alone. And it allows you to again really tap into your intuition and feel safe. And I just feel like there's a part of you that because you were treated the way that you were when you were younger, you detached, like I said, from yourself. So there's still like a lot of pain there. And like I said, you didn't let people in emotionally because of it. And so you became more of a loner, where spirit's saying, well, now it's time to utilize this space to recreate yourself, because you still need to transmute that negative energy, the rage. You attracted a person to you that's very angry. Look, everything's their way or the highway. They don't care. That's somebody that's very narrow-minded. That's someone that's very bitter. That's someone that they have no flexibility. It's like, and they're just very self-indulgent. So understand, being with this person would actually like keep you bound to this energy of rage, which is not healthy. And over time, you would detach and disassociate, because no one can stay in this energy for long periods of time. Can't do it. This person, the person that's connected to you or you were connected to them, just takes pills to get their temporary relief of not feeling. However, you would detach or and then just be alone, or you were already alone. And really, Spirit says you're not down there to be alone. You're down there to form intimate connections, which are deep and transparent. To give and receive of love, to be the expression of love, is why you're down there, because the universe is spirited, which is God, which is unconditional love, that you are made up of unconditional love, and you are supposed to be the expression of that, not, and that's never to be alone. It's to actually help you connect to people more intimately, more real, more to get to, so that you can experience the full experience of being loved, to be felt, to be understood. And so Spirit saying, like, your innocence was robbed, but it's okay, because it's time to, like, again, use the space to transform. That butterfly reminds me of transformation, to use it to, and what you're transforming is, again, the self-sabotage. But at the root of self-sabotage, we know, is a sense of feeling of like you're not deserving of it. And so getting in your own way. So I feel like part of not being with this person, you're again like past a test, because you're like, I'm not going to self-sabotage myself from being with this person. But at one time, you did. Like I said, at one time, I wanted to pull, like, oh, here they are. At one time, a very long time ago, you did, because that's the environment that you grew up in. But then also, it's the now that you can actually have it, because you were trained in an environment that didn't allow you to have it, again, and shamed you. When the opportunity arises that you can have something, you get so excited that you get overstimulated that you actually can self-sabotage yourself. Again, that's another form of self-sabotage, because again, holding on to those habits and behaviorisms that you created for survival. Well, now it's not about survival, it's about thriving. So Spirit says you went through this situation to help transmute that negative energy. You can't go back in time and deal with the parent that, like, created all the trauma, to the point that you self-sabotage yourself after that, because that was the trauma where you feel like you have to be alone. It's what you feel comfortable with, because your innocence was robbed when you were, again, a child. This is what was put onto you. So you were conditioned in an environment not to believe in yourself. And this creates a lot of rage and anger, because there is this God part of self that we have to value. So even as a child, you may not know, but you wanted certain things and they weren't like being recognized, and that created anger. But over time, when you continue to like live the same karmic experience, well, we can see why there would be a lot of anger and rage, because there's all that pent up energy from past experiences. And that's what happens until you integrate the spiritual lesson. The Spirit says part of you integrating the spiritual lesson was being in a connection like this and recognizing that, hey, this isn't my energy. Like, I can see right through you. And if I'm not allowed to be transparent with you, and you're not going to be transparent with me, then I don't really have a connection here. It's like that you're going to project all your anger and all your pain onto me. And Spirit says, yes, just like in the past, but now you don't have to take it. You get to see a different version of yourself. And Spirit says, again, it's all about you really, really you transforming while you're on your path. So Spirit saying, You are on the right path, even if it's not the most traveled, to create your own way. That's what's happening right now. Like when you left the situation, it's like you're doing so by your intuition. So whatever else you're doing in your life, it's actually working. Like you're right where you're supposed to be. So it's within work. Just you need more passions, but whatever you're doing to create yourself, you're on the right track. And Spirit says, that's right, because it's your own way. It's like you're finally listening to yourself, your higher self. So it may not seem right, but it is right. And it's to help. This connection was to help you transform, to turn those fears into strengths, and to step into your power. So that, again, profound change. So again, you had to go through this experience and really like say, you know what, no. Like I said, that's why this person's back is up against is up against the wall, because they know that you know it's like exactly what they did, that they tried to manipulate the situation, and you're like, no. It's like and you also do recognize how they treated you. It's not like you're unaware of it. So they made a situation that didn't need to be like taken to this extent, due to their pride, due to their ego, due to just not wanting to grow up. That's what it says. Didn't want to grow up. But it didn't matter because you saw right through it. And it's a good thing because this person isn't sorry or anything. They're just like, well, you don't want to do it. You don't want to be with me. That's then, I can't do anything because my ego is too big. And Spirit says this connection was to help you again transmute the negative energy from the past, and also to build inner strength, to know that nothing should move you from your path to light, because you have complete confidence in yourself, and that to realize your innate qualities and abilities and know that with God, you can do anything. All the power you need is within you. So Spirit's saying you didn't need like this person. This person has issues. Like you don't need anyone, however, is what Spirit's saying. And so, like, if you self-sabotage yourself, then there's a part of you that probably felt like, I need someone to help me to create my life. I knew I might not be enough. I'm not good enough. That goes back to that shame, which is where self-sabotage is stemmed from shame. And so when we have that energy, we attract people like the devil. So is what Spirit is saying, and that these people, wear masks and tend to be childish. But again, not just that, they have high highs, low lows, and they create that same type of havoc. So sometimes, like when we are connected to someone and it's a soulmate, it doesn't mean we're supposed to be with that person. It means that we're supposed to learn from that person. And I feel like you did learn from this person. It's like you learned again that you are strong, that, you don't have to be with this person, that's what you said. You embodied that consciousness when you said, no, I'm not gonna like entertain this any longer. And so, like you said, we can't go back in time. And those experiences do take a toll on us internally. They make us feel weak. They make us not feel strong within ourselves. And Spirit says, you are strong within inside in yourself. You just need to cultivate more of those traits, become more of yourself, and know that you'll attract the right person into your life. not this person. This person was more of a test to help you again transform and to also be a karmic test to see whether or not it was going to take you off your path. It didn't. You're on the right path. You did the right thing. And that's because, again, your intuition, you did the right thing. And in that, you'll be able to transmute this negative energy. All right, I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.